Peace. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. Pound that like button. Run the likes up. Salute to the Rec Mob. Salute to SJ. I got SJ in the building, man. We gonna set the tone. This is spooky hours, but we got a spooky situation. Rest in peace to Julio Foolio. I'm completely out the loop, but we gonna cover it. It's a lot going on with the situation. SJ is gonna fill us in, and we gonna definitely get into what our regular scheduled program with the spooky hours, having people call up with their spooky story. But of course, we gotta be in the loop. That's our job as media. You know what I mean? What's current going on? We gotta be in the mix. So on that note, SJ, you there?
I'm here. Salute to the Wreck Mob.
Salute. Salute to SJ. Salute. Um, SJ, take it away.
Okay, so according to USA Today, it's shared that a Florida rapper was shot and killed early Sunday morning while celebrating his 26th birthday in Tampa. Charles Jones, who performed under the name Julio Foolio, was shot at a Holiday Inn after being kicked out of an Airbnb after a gathering exceeded occupancy limits, according to a statement from his lawyer. Social media post shows Jones promoting the pool party at the home in Tampa Saturday afternoon. The statement from the rapper's lawyer said that the shooting was an ambush that took place in the hotel's parking lot. Three other people were injured in the shooting but are in stable condition, according to a Tampa Police Department press release. The investigation is ongoing. Jones was previously shot at during violent incidents in 2020, 2021, and 2023, according to First Coast News. This is a developing story. So, all over social media, everyone's talking about this situation. Majority of the sources are reporting that they're feeling like this could have been karma for him. Some are saying what would make him give his address, like he was giving his address to strangers. He was like, hit me up on the DM. And so some were feeling like he was tired and that he was ready. Everyone has their opinions in regards to Charles Jones, better known as Julio Foolio, in regards to this situation. And some are sharing that his car was shot at 50 times. So
Damn.
there's a lot of reports. Of course, we don't know what's accurate. This is all alleged. Even when the police were talking, the information that they were sharing was similar to what I just read from the USA Today. But it seems as though they're stating that he had a lot of enemies due to things that he would verbalize, and that it was just a matter of time that this would happen to him. In any event, he's a 26-year-old
Mm,
that's no longer here with us.
baby.
Exactly. And that's something that I think is it's mind blowing. And then also, I don't know the rapper's name, but he's come out with a song in regards
Mm.
to his death already.
Oh yeah. Where's the song at? I mean, I'm not gonna play it, but
It's on YouTube, actually.
Mm. So, let's get the name of the
I'll put the
record.
link in the chat.
I'll put the link in the chat, and yeah, because we just reporting right now. You're doing a great job. Keep going, because I'm out. I'm completely out the loop. SJ's taking the lead, y'all. You know what I mean? It's okay. You know what I mean?
Was this just SJ just
Are you
reading and
doing a great
listening?
job? Doing a great
Because
job. Keep going. You know.
again, I have no idea about any of this information. This is all alleged. It just seems as though he has this reputation of being very vocal. It seems as though he has this reputation of kind of giving a nonchalant attitude towards when other persons are going through tragedy, and it seems as though he had a lot of enemies, and that some were stating like, why would he give his address knowing that he was wanted and he was so close to where he was from?
Mm.
And it also, some reports are stating that some people rolled up on him, wanted his chain or something to that effect, and then they just started shooting him. I don't
Mm.
know if that's actually what really happened. Again, all this is alleged. This is just things that I'm reading and listening to.
Spooky. Mm. Mm,
At
mm,
the end of
mm.
the day, there's a mother and a father who doesn't
Yes.
have a child.
Yes. Unfortunately, yeah. Um, these games that's being played online, well, they not games, dangerous games
Hmm.
where these rappers are dissing each other and then dropping a location and you, unfortunately, got to be careful, man. You can't play games with life. You get one shot at this life thing, and yeah, I don't really got much to say. Um, it's just crazy to hear another young uh melanated person has been deleted, you know.
Exactly.
So on that
Exactly.
note, we're gonna give you more updates, but we're gonna take calls on this situation as well as if you got a spooky hour story, definitely call up. This is Spooky Hours, episode 121. Wow. Last week we did Spooky Hours from the Freedom Tower. Okay. That's spooky within itself. If you know, with the whole World Trade Center. SJ, if you can, one more time, drop that link to the ops dish record. Um, we just trying to be updated as much as possible because we didn't really cover this because you know, I wasn't really in the loop of who he was until this news broke. I'm gonna be honest, it ain't about nothing. Um, but for the most part, yeah, SJ gave y'all the breakdown, and let me see. Yeah, she just put the link um in the chat room. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, what I should have did, SJ. I should have also got some videos.
Oh, okay.
Like how I did last week. I should
Mm-hmm.
have got some videos, but let me open the lines up. Call me up
Okay.
310-598-2974. You want to speak on the situation or you want to go into a spooky hour story. It's all good. Either which way, we're gonna rock out, run the lights up, you know. Let's get it. So SJ, what's the last spooky hours? Well, what's the last spooky movie you may have watched? It don't have to be something new. It don't have to. It could have been a classic. What was the last spooky movie you watched?
The last spooky movie I watched would have been from your production.
Okay.
Because I'm really not a a person who goes to watch spooky movies.
Mm. Okay. So you mean to tell me you never watched Friday the 13th,
No, I didn't say that. I've
Freddy
watched
Krueger,
Friday the 13th, Freddy
Nightmare on
Krueger,
Elm Street?
Jason. Yes, I watched all of that
Okay.
before. Chucky. Oh, I'm gonna be quiet. We got a
Okay. All
call
that
coming.
thought. All that thought. Peace. Peace.
Hey everybody, what's up, M.Reck?
What's going
This
on?
Taisha calling from Cleveland.
What's
I just
going
gotta
on?
say the whole Julio
Mm-hmm.
Julio situation, it's sad, but at the same time, it's power in the tongue. He mocked people. He mocked somebody for passing on their birthday. And I guess it's 2 days after his birthday and he murdered or whatnot. You don't mock the dead.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I got a spooky story to share with you guys.
Okay.
I'm the one who called like 2 years ago, and I told that sleep paralysis story about like the demon voice and everything else.
Correct.
Okay. In 2017, my mom was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer. Anyway, she ended up ringing her bell and beating it in August. August of the same year. But we had gotten into an argument, right? And so in the process of me waking up that same day we got into an argument, I hear a voice, as I'm waking up, and the voice say, "You gotta forgive and I forgive." So no more than a month later, my grandmother had got a letter saying that my aunt's killer had died in jail. And I feel like that's what my aunt was telling me and letting me know. My aunt was murdered the same year I was born, 1990, in November around Thanksgiving time by her husband. Kind of like, I can't have you, nobody else can have you, but I'm still, screw around. She was in the process of leaving him and everything.
Wow.
He ended up passing in jail.
Wow. That's spooky.
So I feel like,
spooky!
I feel like some type of way,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if it makes sense, like my aunt is my guardian angel. She's like 5 or 6 years. She's like 5 or 6 years older than my mom, and they birthdays 3 days apart.
Wow, my
My
condolences.
mom's birthday December. Thank you, because it's still, even though it was so long ago, my family still struggle with it. But my mom's birthday December 2nd. My aunt's birthday is December 5th.
Wow.
Yep.
3 days apart.
Perfect. Yep. But that's all I had to share with you. That spiritual stuff is real.
Did you know of Julio Foolio before this breaking news? Was you tapped in with him?
I did, but I didn't really pay attention to him. And I'm like, oh, that's who that guy is. Because I'm from Cleveland, so not to say we don't listen to Florida rappers, but I knew who he was, but I just didn't pay him no mind, if that makes sense. I'm like this, it's a lot of negative energy, and I kind of wish this whole drill rap would kind of like die down. Because everything is about killing now. Can we bring back positive music? Like some good R&B without all these samples and stuff. Because I listen to a lot of like old school stuff too. My family teases me and say I got an old soul, but everything sounds the same. Everything is crazy about popping pills, and it's just real low vibrational. Popping pills, just doing every drug you can imagine, and just running down on people doing drills. It's just, I just don't like it.
Yeah. It's some spooky times we in.
Yes, he mocked somebody. Yes, he mocked somebody about, passing on their birthday. And you passed 2 days after your birthday, but I don't know. He wasn't. Yeah, because he just turned 26. I think his birthday was on the 21st or something. And it's just sad, but at the same time, you have to be mindful of the energy you put out.
Yeah, you got to. Got to be very mindful. Well, let me ask you this, though. On another note, give me your favorite spooky movies or horror movies.
Oh, I like the old school stuff.
Okay, let's get it.
Like the Jason, Halloween. Nothing really had me shook except for Candyman back in the day, and I think that's because he was back and he was running around in the projects. But I like Child's Play is a classic to me because I feel like Child's Play is hilarious.
Facts. Now that's one of my favorites. Child's Play, of course. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Some of the Creep shows. Yep.
Oh yeah, Creep Show, classic. Yeah. Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt.
Yep. I was just watching them, just going back, feeling nostalgic, watching some of them on YouTube some months ago.
Facts.
Even the Crypt Keeper, he's kind of funny too.
Hell
But
yeah.
did you know that the same contacts or the same eyeballs that was used for the Crypt Keepers was actually used for Chucky too?
Say word.
Yeah, I know like a whole lot
Oh
of random
wow.
stuff.
Wow. You're gonna make me do my research. You just dropped the gem on me. I appreciate that. Wow, that's dope. Well, let the people know who you be, cause I got some people calling. Let the people know who you
Okay.
be and where you calling from again.
I'm Taisha, y'all. I'm calling from Cleveland, Ohio.
Shouts to
Thank
Taisha
y'all.
from Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you. All right. Salute.
Okay,
Taisha,
bye.
real quick, make sure you get that Spooky Hours app if you ain't got it. All right. So on that note, caller, who call back. Let me see. My bad. I was trying to get through. Caller 407-502. Hit the line. I just missed your call. Hit the line. We open now. We got the lines open. Hit me up, and then if you just want to speak on this situation, the Julio Foolio situation, and okay, peace.
What's going on, M.Reck?
Everything good, my brother. How you?
Good. This is Blaze from Virginia Beach.
Blaze. Shouts to the whole VA beach and all that. Make sure you pound the like button and share this live. Let's get it. So Blaze, talk to me, man. What you want to talk about?
He's actually been more famous to me for his beefing instead of the music, because I honestly never listened to none of his music. Not to be disrespectful or nothing, but you watch the internet of people beefing more. That's became more of a thing than him actually rapping.
Got you.
And
Wow.
that's my opinion. Cause that's why I watch him. Cause I watch when people, diss. I mean, I even I think he had a video where he was like on somebody's grave.
Damn.
One time.
Crazy.
Don't quote me on that, but that's my thing. So when he died, you see how big it and blew up, but I'm not for sure if anybody listened to his music like that, especially in this East parts, they more known from beefing with people than anything.
That's
And that's the
crazy.
crazy part. So when he popped up, I guess I seen it this morning, first thing this morning, actually, when I woke up. It was like, man, people been telling him on interviews, like, it's a non-ending cycle. And he's kind of like, I don't understand why people of that kind of stature would be having parties like that in the first place when you got to look behind your back every few seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what it is? I just think with this social media, people get caught up in like it can't happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
for whatever reason, like this social media, I seen it breed monsters. Like in terms of the ego, I seen people, man. I seen people go from 0 to 1,000,000, and I'm like, wow,
Right.
these views and these likes and everything really be going to people's head, and they be forgetting that. Listen, man, it's real out here.
Yeah. Then now we in the era now where the younger people like to post everything they doing on social media. Like, I kind of don't even be on Facebook like that for my family to see everything I'm doing. So the fact that you post everything that you get, I mean, at the end of the day, we got kids and we got families and stuff, so we can't have everybody clocking our direction every 2 minutes and knowing where we at tonight or knowing what party we have. And that's just, I don't know where these guys is, giving out their locations and stuff, but it's much more dangerous than what people think it is. It could be a jealous neighbor that you had back in the day that came up with money. It might not even be the people that he was dissing. It could be anybody that's jealous because he done, came up a little bit in life, I would say. A lot more. I mean, he got killed in a scat back, for God's sakes. I'm pretty sure he could have even probably paid cash for that. You know?
Crazy.
He doing interviews and stuff. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
I appreciate that. Before you go, give me your top 5 horror movies.
Man, to be honest, not a big horror movie person. So growing up watching like Chucky, Saw, things like that. You know,
those are classics. You say you're not a
right? And then
big
one more.
horror movie person, but you named 2 classics off the bat. So salute to you.
Yeah, yeah. So one thing I could say is I just got done watching The Godfather. These young dudes need to start rolling with security just like they did, like the mafia.
Facts.
Have 30 people in front of your crib when you turn in. You know,
but they ain't got that money. They ain't got that type of money and clout. You know what I mean? To do that. But also the Godfather, you're gonna learn a lot of gems. There's a lot of gems in that Godfather. So that's dope that you mentioned that.
Right, for sure. For sure. Thank you, man. I appreciate
no
it.
doubt. Thank you. I appreciate you. If you ain't got the Spooky Hours app, you could download that. That's me doing reenactments of people's stories that called up on the show. But I appreciate you, good brother. All right.
For sure. I'll hear from you again. Okay.
All right, no doubt. Peace. 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 Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, you live. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean. Let's get it.
King Beastie.
King
Yo.
Beastie. What's happening? Yeah, can you hear me?
King Beastie, I'm calling from Orlando, Florida.
Okay, talk to me, man.
I'm originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut. You heard?
Shouts to the whole CT, Bridgeport.
Word.
Yes,
word.
Sir.
And much love to you and everything you doing.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that.
Word.
So talk to me. What you want to talk about?
We talking about this Julio Foolio thing right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you diss the dead, you put that energy in the air.
That's a fact.
You know, people think God is a joke. People don't understand God. When you move accordingly with God, good things happen for you. When you play with him, takes his hands off you and let the devil do whatever he want to do with you.
Talk about
people always say, F God. You know what I'm saying? Forget God. He did this to me. He did that to me. He ain't do nothing to you. You did it to yourself.
That's a fact.
You denounced him. You took your graces off of yourself, and you leave the devil to have fun with you. And the devil love to have fun with people.
That's a fact.
He love to have fun with people. So boom, this dude Julio Foolio, right? We seen his beef with T.I. son, right? We seen him telling T.I. son, "Oh, you gonna be watching Netflix." Seen him talking about smoking on Tuka, talking trash to Wooski.
Damn.
All them Chicago drillers, right? He got popped, what, 2-3 times in the last 4 years? Then you gonna go to Tampa, like that's not right down I-4. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not right down I-4. Put his location up. They would love to kill you on your birthday.
That's
fact.
A
driller. That's a driller dream, killing you on your birthday.
Crazy.
I'm lying, right?
Nah.
That's a driller dream. I smoked this nigga on his birthday. And then now we smoking on him. It get different.
So basically, they turned him to a pack.
They turned it to a pack and then they dancing on the body, laughing about it, and it's on his birthday.
Crazy, yo.
They loving that right now.
They
don't even care if they get caught, and that's what's crazy about this era too, right? This era don't care about getting caught. They want the fame and the body and the badge of armor and their hood more than their freedom. I'm lying?
Nah, not at all.
This dude, Bloodhound Lil Jeff, nigga just got killed in Iraq, right? He had the Reaper on his buttons, pins at his funeral. They had the Reaper on it.
Wow.
He took pride in being a driller. Guess what? The nigga that killed him, that law in Chicago, what's it called? Mutual combat? The nigga beat the charge. So that nigga died for nothing. Mutual combat. They don't do that shit in CT in the tri-state. They don't do that shit in CT, New York and Jersey. We clap something, we going to jail, nigga. We gotta fight that shit for the rest of our life, even if it was self-defense. Ain't no self-defense law.
That's a fact. Be easy on the cursing, because you know YouTube, they start doing their little funny-ish. You know what I mean?
Feel you. But we don't get that. We don't get away with that.
Nah, we don't.
This dude that killed Lil Jeff out there in Iraq, he got the mutual combat law. So they let him go because it's on cam. They seen he ran up on him. He did what he had to do. He good. He ain't got to go to court. None of that. That's not happening in CT, NY, or Jersey. My pop's from Newark. My best friend stay in El Barrio. I'm from Bridgeport. We get caught with a gun. We shoot a gun in self-defense. Any of that. We doing 5 to 10. Whether we right or not. This Foolio dude. Come out smoking packs on dudes that's 1,000 miles away from him. Karma don't have no distance. Karma don't have no distance. God don't have no distance. The devil don't have no distance. You know what I'm loving right now?
Talk to me.
You seen that Rakim, Master Killer, and Corrupt John?
Yeah, I seen the snippet. They dropped the full joint. The full joint is
Man, I'm gonna say it right now. Master Killer outspit both of them.
Say word, and that's my man too. Like that's
people don't talk about No Sad Date.
That's crazy. Yo, shouts to Master Killer, East New York. Just like I'm from East New York. It's my brother.
Brooklyn, yeah.
Brooklyn all day. You already know. Wow.
Made in Brooklyn. No Sad Date. Yo, people don't talk about how fire that album was. No Sad Date is one of the best debuts, even though it came out 10 years late.
Nah, no doubt. Shouts to Master
But
Killer.
Jamel Irie be spitting that crack.
That's a fact.
He outspit Rakim and Corrupt.
Damn. You know I gotta lock in. I'm gonna lock in.
Now you gotta go hear it.
Yeah, I gotta really lock in. So look, this is what I'm gonna do.
Killer always been slept on.
Yeah, he have. He have.
He not the worst out the bunch. He better than you guys. Everybody better than you guys. Wow. Everybody better than you guys. And there ain't even no hate to you guys. He just not in. You know what I'm saying? If Kappa didn't go to jail, he probably would have got his spot. Killer Priest should have got his spot. Keep it all the way 1,000. You feel me? I love the Wolf. I love Killer Army, Sons of Men.
That's a fact.
You feel me? Did you hear the LL joint with Ross and Fat Joe?
Yeah, yo, you know what's so crazy?
Okay, that one is not messing with the Rakim.
Word, I like that LL joint. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. LL could have did the joint by himself because he had 2 dope verses. That Saturday night. What is it? Saturday Night Live or whatever? I always like that name.
Did you see the L freestyle on Sway?
Yeah.
We talked about levitating and all of that.
Now L still got it. L still got it, man.
Okay, let me ask you, Reck. If you have rap battles, right?
Yo, K, I'm gonna hit you right back. I got some more callers calling in. I'm gonna hit you right back.
All right, go ahead. Let them tap in.
Yes, sir. Much love, my brother. Peace. Peace. Peace.
Yo.
What's going on? Pound that like button, y'all. State your name, where you calling from, good brother. Talk to me.
Yo. Yeah, man, this Big J from Orlando. But I'm from Jersey, from Newark.
All right, shouts to the whole Orlando and Jersey. Big J.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Well, first, I kind of wanted to give you your flowers. I started listening to you a few years ago when you was going through that Trump thing, and you started talking about the cabal. I started doing research. I got my knowledge up. And honestly, man, you kind of changed my thinking. So I want to give you your flowers on that, give you some props.
No doubt.
Appreciate
Salute.
that.
Peace to the earth, Amina. She definitely came to the platform and dropped a lot of gems. And I appreciate you, showing that love and letting people know that you got, information from over here that got you on your dean. So salute to you. You know what I mean? Keeping it G'd
Appreciate
up.
that.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
So we'll be talking about the Julio Foolio, or you got a spooky story? Talk to me.
Well, I want to touch on the Julio thing.
Okay.
Where it's like, so I've been kind of studying this thing for like a little while. And whoever speaks and laughs at death, I can't think of nobody that avoided it themselves. And it didn't start with drill music. Honestly, the earliest I've seen it started with Big and Pac. Think about it. Pac mocked Stretch. When he got took, then Pac got took. Big mocked Pac. When he got took, then he got took.
So
and
let me interject. So, and I know, give me the line that Big mocked Pac. Give me the line, or do you remember?
Long kiss. Long kiss.
Okay, yeah.
Long kiss.
You remember the lines? Because I know he said a lot in Long Kiss.
Oh man, he said, well, that whole album, like, dang, what song was that when he was like, my competition, laid up respirator style.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
You know what I'm
Wow. See?
Then
salute to you, Gag. Keep going.
Yeah. Then long kiss. He pretty much described it, took him out my team in the Marine Blue. You know what I'm saying? It's the Crips. You know what I'm saying? Then he talking about how now you rest either above me or beneath me. Your whole life you move sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a whole bunch of little lines in that song. Like like they love to play it off like Pac had no effect, but I really believe by the end of it, he hated that dude. You know what I'm saying? And so it died down after that. But then this new crop, they just egregious with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like they can't see the pattern. When you go on somebody else, it might not be tomorrow, but usually within 2-3 years, a few years, you tend to get it too. Then they're gonna laugh at you. The ones laughing at Foolio, they're gonna get it down the line because you just can't do that. You can't, like, you bring in spirits, you bring in something on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And these guys is like, they're not spiritual enough to see what's happening. They're not seeing that they're actually bringing it to their own life. It's like the little demons or something. I don't know, man.
Oh man, it's crazy, bro. Like, I gotta catch up on all this, like, cause I was completely out the loop. Like, what is he, a drill rapper? Cause I don't really tap into the drill like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same here. So there's a documentary on YouTube where it talked about the whole Jacksonville scene, and that's when I kind of learned how they was getting down. I was like, man, they like Chirac South, and so yeah, man, like they got a lot of people, you know, that kind of make that music, and some of it is real catchy too. Same way it is in Chicago, they just still got the notoriety. And so, you know, yeah, I actually like Foolio, you know, like as a person, but what those guys is doing, the taunting, like they had that one song that was like a TikTok thing where the dude was naming all his dead ops, and like it talked about that one kid, Where's Corbin, where they actually kidnapped him and buried him in the field, and you know what I'm saying, and then they kind of turned into a joke. So it's like it's no good, man. It's no good.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling up, shedding light on the situation. But Deacon Weezo, I need you to call back up in like 2 minutes. But before you go, my brother, give me your top horror movies, spooky movies, real quick, because this is spooky hours.
I would say this too. As a kid growing up, I love horror movies. I was in the Freddy and the Jasons, Puppet Master. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to you.
Right. But nowadays, I ain't gonna front, I'm a little turned off because why is it every horror movie seem to be about paranormal activities? And it kind of make me feel like it's something to it. You know what I mean? Especially with the world that we kind of live in and whatnot. I'm like, yo, why they keep harping on ghosts and demons? You know what I mean? Like that's the only type of horror movies you really see. So it kind of turned me off because of that.
Got you, no doubt, my brother. I appreciate you tapping in. Let the people know who you be again.
Yo, this Big J up in Orlando by way of Jersey. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, my brother. Salute, King. Make sure you download that Spooky Hours app in the Apple Store,
yes, sir,
and the Google Play, my brother. Peace.
I got you.
Deacon Weezo, tap in, homie. I miss your call. Shouts to Keita T in the building as always. Shouts to Tyson, Stepmommy, my man Jerry Carr. Jerry Carr, where you been, my brother? I was just, you know what's so crazy? I was just watching the Deacon Weezo, what's happening with you? Goddess, give me like 5 minutes with Deacon Weezo. Master Musa, I see you. 702. Just give me like 5 minutes with Deacon Weezo, y'all. So,
yes, sir.
All right, so we got Deacon Weezo on the line, my brother. Talk to me.
Oh, yes, I want to apologize about last Sunday too. You know, the deacon, yes, sir, the deacon Viagra didn't come on in. So I was on that Joe Biden ass phone last Sunday. Yes, sir, brother. But oh man, yeah, the deacon did a little security, you know, brother. The deacon had to go up there to that old raggedy whore's motel last night or whatever. Well, yes. And boy, I tell you, man, I don't know, Julio looked like a Jamaican / Haitian. I didn't know what that. Then he got the Predator big braids on him. So man, but brother, when I tell you, man, it was ugly last night. And another thing too, before we get into this, you callers, we need to bring the energy up. The cocaine ain't hidden like it used to, cause boy, you Negro got the Benadryl energy. I'm like, oh man, look at it. If you don't get this on your ass,
yo, pound that like button. We got Deacon Weezo in the building. We got Deacon.
I'm telling you, man. And shame on you, KRS-One. You know I love you. Love's gonna get you. But Ice Spice must be giving you a little something, because when you said that on that interview, I said, boy, your big nose, boy, KRS-One got a Delta airplane nose. But I'm telling you, man, I said, boy, look at his Ice Spice just flirted with him. That's why he lied. Trying to BS make Fat Joe feel good. But man, getting back to Schoolio. M.Reck eating road cheap. They broke, brother. Boy, they driving Nissan Centras. Man, look at here. You brothers better get it together, man. Because boy, y'all need to get you a life insurance plan. And one thing too, I'm gonna tell you, God is doing a little cleansing in this Negro community. The deacon used to get mad about the deaths, but I think that let God do what He's doing. He needs to clean it up in this community, because our children need better, and also the race need better. And so all of us got to continue to come together. We're gonna be positive. And fellas, stop reciting things on this phone that you done heard Jose say, or one of these black foundation or African. Yes, sir. Stop it. I hate you, Negro. Make the deacon stomach bubble. Boy, that Negro that was before, I said, oh, God, friend, I want to pray for him, too. Oh, God, I ask God that Negro before this one other Benadryl taking, brother. God, I ask God that he get his voice together. God, he sound like he sit on the TV and watch the couch. Oh, God, he probably, God, a lot of our men are depressed, God. Oh, God, they looking around. God, they jealous of the migrant, God. Oh, but God, we ask that, God, we continue to clean up the violence. God, how we going to get reparations when we taking each other's life? God, I know Julio look like a giraffe with braids, but God, that's all right. God, have mercy on them. And God, we got to protect each other. We need to come up with some kind of plan so we can watch over each other, because it is going to be a civil war in our community. We need black people back again. Let's get rid of the sexy reds, all these NBA young boys, and let's clean the race up. Because, boy, I'm sick of looking at dingy Negroes. I'm sick of looking at females with a bozo wig on her head, God. Oh, how you talking about racism, but you got a white patent lacy woman wig on your head, girl? You need to get it together. I love Chasey Chapman because she was black and ugly, but she had a fast car. Oh, you got to have your normal look. We need to bring confidence back. Some of y'all need to brush y'all salty ass tongue. Oh, M.Reck, you need to get them one of your apartments. Oh, Jose, don't bring no more migrants back to none of these shows. Let's get black people in it. But M.Reck, we finna go ahead and get the energy back.
Yeah.
Let's go on and do this thing the right way. Yes, sir, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
Go to sleep.
Look, I'm glad. Look, you brought the energy up. What I need you to do, look, do this for me. All the shows you called up, go through my YouTube. I want to do a best of Deacon Weezo, but I need you to do me a favor. Find all the shows you called up, especially the best ones, and and send me all the links, and I'm gonna do like a whole hour show of you. And I got you,
brother. Yeah, and you know what, brother? Let's go ahead and spice this thing, because you know what? We need to bring laughter back to this community.
That's a
boy,
fact.
We done been beat up. Yeah, we gotta. Let's do that, man, and educate the people
I got you
on what we need to do. Yes, sir.
All right, my brother.
Man.
So look, do that for me, and hit me, on the other number, the 646 number. All right.
Yes, and also before the deacon hang up, if y'all need me for anything, if you need a deacon at your child support hearing, if you need him at your wake, oh man, if you need the deacon to cuss your mama out, you need to go on and call, because boy, I'm telling you, M.Reck, oh man,
I got you, deacon. Salute, my brother.
Yeah,
my brother. Peace. Mute your audio. Goddess. Mute your audio. Run the lights up. Deacon Weezo have, he brought a whole different energy to the show as always. Bring laughter and amusement. Goddess, what's happening? Talk to me. What you want to talk about?
What's up, everybody?
Everything
so
good.
I see the topic. Everything is great. And I just feel like it is. How's everybody? Hope everybody is good. Well, I'm not surprised. And I feel that it's a particular culture where they don't care if they die. They're living to die. Because if you do, they say you live by the sword, you die by the sword, but you have to know, like, if you're putting out so much like that, and it's people looking for you, and you just don't care, it's like, what did you expect? And that's to anyone. It's not to him directly or anybody directly. Just, this is how it is. Like, the rappers that was, they're older now. They lived long. The rappers now, they don't live that long. And it's like it's normalized. And that's not cool. But like I said before on your last show, that some of these children, it's not what you think they are. That's what I'm saying. You could say it's spooky, I don't give a fuck, but some of them are just really demons running loose. And so it's no prayer and no love and light, and they don't care about none of that. They don't have no empathy. Maybe they got frontal lobe damage. They soulless. Like, they really really don't care. And it's like after so many times we done seen this, what more don't people get? Like, how come people can't see that it's other shit running loose out here? And it just happened. It's the older people too, but it's a lot of the youth, a lot. Not all, but they exist. You know. So it's really sad because what a way to grow up.
Correct.
And to see the people that you're listening to, like they just constantly being slaughtered. And then what is it? Everybody get on YouTube, everybody is talking about it, then it's another rapper and another rapper and another. I didn't grow up like that. We didn't grow up like that. We was looking forward to the Word magazines and so to see this, it's like, wow, that's awful. Every day. It's like if someone did die, it was so like traumatic and like what? It was rare. But now it's like every day, whether they're known or unknown, every day. And it's mostly between a certain age bracket. And that's so, so sad. Damn.
Yeah. It's very sad, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's not gonna stop because again, if you don't have no soul, if you constantly drugged out, you wouldn't make the right decisions. It's like if you know that people are looking for you, why would you go to a neighboring city and then disclose the location? But people are so numb, they're not even thinking. Like, okay, and then if you're an artist, you have to disclose where you are. So it's kind of like either way, it's like, ooh, you sure you want to, like, you don't care like that? So then you don't care about dying.
Crazy.
Ultimately. Ultimately, because with so many people looking for you and so many people, and it's possible too, sometimes it can be someone in your own clique that's waiting for the opportunity because they aren't where you are. So they're looking at you like, okay, well, we could just work with them. Maybe we can get something in on it. But you're so in a daze and a haze that you don't even recognize what's around you. And so for him particularly now, I don't think he cared anymore. Because I seen a little snippet interview with him and he was saying like, this always been my life. And he was only 26. But at 86, I mean, damn, like at any age, you just or sometimes I feel some people think like I've already done so much, I can't turn back. I can't go back positive. Like I've already done so much dirt. It's like I can't. And so that's all. That's all I want to say tonight. But
I
peace to
appreciate
everybody.
you. Thank you, Goddess.
I appreciate you.
All right.
You're welcome, M.Reck. Have a good night.
You too. Shouts to Goddess. Let me shout out all the people who I missed. Massa Musa, call back. Jerron, call back. 702. That's the homie Massa Musa. What's going on? Salute.
What's up, bro?
Everything good, man. How you?
And everything good my way too, man. Definitely I know few young people in my family that stuck on that type of music and listen to it. So I heard a couple songs by the young boy, But yeah, man, that drill music, man, is definitely dangerous, man. Then in the get back, you dissing people standing on their graves and all this, man. It's just an never ending cycle with us. But you don't hear no white rappers, none like that that's dissing they people and calling them, you know what I'm saying? It's always us, man. Cycle with us. Man, yeah, man, it's tough, you know what I'm saying, listen to everybody talk about it, but it's us, man, ain't nobody else. The white man ain't in control no more. You ain't got to sign them contracts. You can always go independent, but it's us, man. Only us gonna fix us, nobody else. But y'all ready to get to it?
Let's get it.
All right, last week I ain't get to finish because of Jay, man. Jay, hey, there you go. Jay went in, man, for a whole 2 days, didn't he? But I told y'all I was gonna tell y'all about the story about the little girl that followed me home, man. So lock in and hold on to your seatbelts and get ready. All right, I had to be between I say 8 and 10. So I stayed on the east side of town where I'm from, but I would go to the west side too, because I had cousins, family over there. So I would cut through the city part, and come back through town and then, get back to my part of town. So,
you know, whenever it get kind of dim, you know, you want to beat the street lights home and get home. So I'm coming from the west side, coming through the city part, and going back to my side, the east side of town, and they had this place downtown where they used to party at all the time, but it was a funeral home across from it, you know, big old funeral home. So I'm a kid, I got some rocks in my hand, I'm throwing rocks, I'm walking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what I'm doing as a kid. And as I'm passing by this funeral home, I'm looking in the back of it. I see this little kid, man. This kid had to be, I would say, between 3 and 5, standing with like a onesie on, all yellow, looking at me. And it's strange, you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking like, what the hell is this little kid standing back there for? So I keep on walking. I went probably like 50 more steps and look behind me, and I see this little kid walking behind me, following me. So I'm cutting through some parking lots, you know what I'm saying, cutting through some more ways, and this kid still following me. It's a distance from me, probably like 15 to 25 feet from me, but it's following me. So I go through some pathways and go through some backyards. This kid is still following me. So I jump a couple gates while I go, you know, and cut through some more pathways before I get to my house. This little kid is still behind me. So I get home and was walking to my door and look back, I see this little kid walking down the road. So I get in my house and immediately I see my people. So I'm like, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, hey, you better be street lights on, you know how your parents was. And I forget all about it. So I take my bath and everything, get in my room, and me and my big brother shared a room back then. And you know how your big brother is like, hey man, I'm chilling on the bed tonight, go get some cover. You know what I'm saying? You lay down there. He the boss of the room, you gotta respect it. And so I'm posted up on the floor, you know, we watching a little TV before we ease out. And I hear something outside the window. So I peep out the window, I move the blinds, I move the curtain first and look out the blinds, and I see this little girl standing in our yard. So I told my big brother, I was like, man, there's a little girl out here. He was like, man, stop playing. You know how your big brother be? He was like, man, if I get up out this bed, I'm gonna punch you if ain't nobody out there. I said, man, look out the window. There's a little girl out there. She followed me home early. He was like, what? So he jumped up and look out the window. He looked out there. He was like, man, I see a dog. It's a dog out there. I said, bro, she's standing right there. He was like, man, I see a dog. So he said the one, he was like, man, chill out. So probably about 10 minutes later, he sleep. I hear some noise outside again, like it's somebody out there talking, but it's almost like in a kid voice. I look out the window again, peep out the blinds. This little girl is standing right there, literally just looking at the window. So I get up, come out of our room, come down the hallway and go in the living room to try to see if I'm seeing what I'm really seeing. So I look out the living room window, and this little girl is looking to the living room window. So I hear somebody coming down the hallway, and it's my mom. She's like, what you doing up? I said, Mom, this is a little girl out here that followed me home. And she was like, what? She was like, I said, look out here. She looked out the window. She was like, boy, that's a dog out there. And I'm wondering why they don't see what I'm seeing. So I'm like, all right. So she was like, boy, going back to bed. You know, they got to go to school in the morning. I said, yes, ma'am. So I end up still hearing this little noise out here, but I just put the cover on my head and went to sleep. So the next day, I get up, go to school, have a good day at school, get back home, and, you know, we get papers and everything. So I'm looking through the paper, and I hear my mama talking on the phone saying, yeah, you know, people had a bad wreck downtown. And that woman and that little girl I was like, what? So I'm looking at the paper. It says that this woman had got in a head-on collision downtown, and she was knocked unconscious. Come to find out, she had a baby that was in the car that got flung from the car. So when they went and got her, they didn't know nothing about the baby. So when they woke up, when she woke up in the hospital, she was screaming, I had a baby with me. So they had to actually go back to the scene, search around and find out she had a little baby with her, and the baby had done died.
Wow. That's spooky. Spooky!
They had a picture of the baby in the paper that was the same baby that I seen that followed me home.
That's crazy, bro.
So I'm thinking to myself, maybe that baby took a liking to me because I seen it, and maybe it was scared, that spirit, and because I was a kid, it took a liking to me and followed me home.
Wow, that's spooky as hell. Spooky! Man, good one again. Another one.
I can drop another one.
Yeah.
Another one. So, if anybody from South Carolina that know anything about Spartanburg, y'all remember the club, it's called Cool World. It's towed down now, but it used to be a big club back then. It's towed down there. It got like some old folks living homes over there now. Like a whole different place, like it was nothing ever there. So I had a homeboy from Greenville called Smooth. He was a pretty boy, but he was a straight up hustler. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about he was really getting that money, but he was so smooth about it. There wasn't nothing but hair and bones, always clean shaved, drove Beamers and everything. You know, I liked my old school cars. That was my homie. So we ended up going to this club one night. It was called Cool World. So he parking in the VIP area. I'm parking in the regular area because it's up front, but he liked to stunt like that. So we end up going in the club, cutting the line, paying money, going in the club, getting a nice table, you know what I'm saying, throwing money, hollering at a couple chicks. So we end up leaving out the club, and what his car was, I could see him, but I'm parked probably like 4 or 5 spaces down on this like second row, but I'm still up front. So he over there talking to 2 chicks. I'm over here talking to a chick in my arm, standing on my car. So about 2-3 minutes later, shots ring out. Pow, 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 pow. You know, at the club, everybody ducking. So I'm ducking down by my car, and the chick run off. So I'm putting my keys in the door over my head, trying to look around. And I look, and he beside me squatting down. He was like, boy, they shooting. I was like, yeah. I was like, get in. So he getting in on the other side. I get in. So I get in my car, crank it up. I'm backing up. And I ain't thinking about looking over at his car because he in the car with me. I'm thinking that we can come back and get that later on. So I'm pulling off. Boom. So we pulling off and going down the road. Speed in my car is cold, bro. I'm talking about when I say it's so cold, I can see my breath. So I turn on my heat. So we probably like 50 to 60 feet away from the club. I see the police coming behind me. I'm like, boy, they finna stop me. They see me speeding. So I look over at him. I was like, boy, they finna stop me. But they end up passing around me and kept on going. I was like, boy, I thought they finna pull me over. So I look back in the rearview mirror and look forward. Made sure when no police come, I look back over there. It's nobody in the car with me. Nobody in the car with me.
Wow.
Spooky! So what the hell going on? So I put my car on it, like stop at the light, and I make a U-turn. And I go back. It's police there where you can't get in the parking lot. I know that. So I park on the other side of the road and start running over there. And everybody like, man, boy, some people got shot. There's a dude up there dead. And I'm like, what? So I'm trying to make my way through the crowd. And if anybody's in Spartanburg, they know this story. I'm trying to make my way through the crowd, and I'm looking over there, and I see my homie laid out in front of his car, face up, head blown out. And I'm like, this dude was just in the car with me.
Wow.
So kind of find out.
Spooky!
He got hit. His spirit ran over there, bro. If you know anything about the movie Ghost with the Goldberg in it, his spirit, his soul ran over there to me and got in the car with me, bro, and was riding with me. I guess he made sure I got away.
Wow, and this is a real story?
Real story happened probably about 10, 15 years ago at a club called Cool, where anybody from Spartanburg know about that murder. Real talk, bro. Mother was in the car with me. I guess his soul.
That's spooky. That's spooky. Spooky! Good story, my brother. You know what I mean? 2 back to back.
I'm gonna let some people call.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna call back in with a couple more, man.
All right, my brother. We got Mansa Musa on the line. And he just dropped 2 back to back. Appreciate you, bro. Salute.
Salute.
Peace. Peace.
Peace. I didn't know this was a spooky hour.
Oh, yeah. This is spooky hours at the same time. Hold on 1 second. Shouts to Deacon Weezo on the super chat. He says, until you ladies provide black children and loving families, and there's a father in the house, everything else is obsolete. Make better choices, ladies. Shouts to Deacon Weezo with the message. Pound that like button. This is Spooky Hours, and we also covering this Julio Foolio latest update. Let's just say that. But we got Goddess on the line. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm back. So I have a spooky story. Okay, check this out.
Let's get it.
So a few years back, something woke me up and was like, go to YouTube. I couldn't explain why. I'm like, gosh, 3-something in the morning. What's going on? So finally, I get up, I go, and I just go to YouTube, and then it's a long, I don't know if it was 3 hours. It might have been a little more. And it was this guy giving a PowerPoint on the whole makeup, like how all this shit is with archons, the government is all up and down with it, right? But it was factual. And at some point of the PowerPoint, it was a scientist, he said, that just studied retinas globally. Hundreds of thousands, I forgot how many it was, but it was a lot, massive. And he said that after his conclusion, some of the eyes was reptilian. So I went back, I watched the whole thing again because it was so much. I was like, I got to take notes. Like, this is I don't know if this is going to be on YouTube for long, so let me just have the notes. So fast forward about 2.5 years later, I had some money, and then I was like, I need to make sure that this is real. So I went to Office Depot or Office Max, one of the little stores, and I asked them, do you have any counterfeit pens? And they said, yeah, we do. So they had the counterfeit pens, but they also had it with a set that came with a UV light. And so I didn't know that with a UV light, there's a strip that you can't see with the naked eye, but if you put a UV light, it's going to light up in blue. So that's going to confirm, at least for now, until they find out a way to get past that, to really confirm if the money is real. So it was real, no problem. So me being curious, it's night. So I said, let me put this UV light to my eyes and just see. So I do it, and it's like a beautiful sea green. So now I'm asking, let me see your eyes, let me see your eyes. So it was a guy, he was walking. I said, let me look in your eyes. He said, you gonna hurt me? I said, no, I'm not gonna hurt you. Let me just look. So I looked in his eyes, and it was kind of bluish, different little colors or whatever. So then I had someone in my passenger seat, and I asked, this is a whole nother day, a whole nother time. I said, let me look in your eyes real quick. It's dark. And he was like, okay. So I put it on his eyes, and they were straight reptilian. I don't know if anybody out there knows the feeling of literally wanting to jump the fuck out your skin. That's how it felt. But there was nowhere to go. And he was laughing like, but it's straight reptilian.
Wow.
Now, he came from another place on the globe. I don't want to say because I don't want to offend nobody. He was a melanated brother. He was a brother. But them eyes was straight crocodile reptilian. I don't do drugs. I don't get drunk. I don't take pharmaceuticals. I was in my right mind. I know what I saw. So if anybody, go ahead.
In that moment, what did you do? Run? Like?
No, I was in the passenger seat. I felt like, I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. The best way of making it plain is like I wanted to jump out my skin. It was so intense. Like it was, oh my God. And he didn't know. He can't see it, but I can. So he was laughing, just being his regular self. And I'm like, wow. Like it took my breath away. So that's one. Then as I tell you that one, it was another thing. So I was at a gas station, and something just said, just sit for a minute. Don't get out yet. So I sit there just for a few minutes, and I get out, and then I see a line in the gas station. So I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna go in there. I'm gonna wait till more people come out. So this guy, he comes out, and he has some stones, like some, I don't know if it was bismuth or tiger's eye, whatever it was. I was like, oh, I like your stones. And he was like, oh, so we started talking about the stones and frequency and all this and that and the third. So he said, you want to continue this conversation? He said, I don't meet people like you that often. I said, yeah, me neither. Usually don't, right? So we took it across the street. We still outside. We just still talking, whatever, building, collect. So he's told me he had went to the military, and I was like, did you have to take a bunch of shots? And he said, yeah, I did. No, wait, is that the order it went in? No, he said he went to the military and he experienced a bunch of things. And then I was like looking straight, but I could see him from my peripheral, like I was looking towards him. And it's like, I know you've seen the movie The Matrix. You remember how them people's face used to open up?
Correct.
Do you know what I'm? That's how his was doing. Now I wanted to run, but I'm like, is his mouth getting ready? Like, is he getting ready to eat my head off? Like, what is this? Like, why am I seeing this? Like, is this part of the path? I know I'm, in it, but why am I seeing this? Why now? So he had shared some things with me, and he said he had a disc in him. That's what it was. He was like sharing everything with me, and he showed me this part in his body where they inserted something. And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a real thing." And I said, "Did that happen to you in the military?" And he said, "Yes." And then somehow I mentioned Brother Bobby, our brother Phil Valentine. And he was like, "Oh, I love him. I was just talking about him to my father, and oh, I just love him and I adore him." And that, I said, "Well, I can call him for you right now." And he was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I'll call him for you because you need to talk to him about that insert that's in you." And he was like, "Are you serious? Oh my God, I'll give you anything." And I was like, "No, no, no, I don't want nothing. I just want to help you because they did something to you over there, like for real, for real." So I called him and I said, "He'll answer." And he did. And I stepped away so they can have privacy. Now I kept walking back because he had my phone. So I'm walking back, just like, okay, walking away. And I heard things that I won't even repeat because that was between him and that brother. But trust me, a lot goes on. And he started crying, like he got off the phone. He was like, "I always wanted to talk to him, and I can't believe this. Like, you made my dream come true." And he was very sincere. And he knew someone that did fashion overseas. And it was out there. I won't name the company or anything just for his own privacy. But he was like, "What size you wear?" I said, "A medium." And he pulled out something that wasn't, it's not even out yet. Like, they're not even runway in it yet. It might be just on that. And the value was 4 or 5 thousand plus. And it was still in, it had all the names. It wasn't nothing fake. And he was like, "You can have this." And I was like, "Are you sure? Like, I don't really want anything." He was like, "No, no, no. I have to give you something." So he wanted to be, and then we talked some more. Somehow, some way, his wallet dropped in the passenger seat. My car, everything I have is pristine clean. People tell me, "Girl, you clean as a Hebrew," whatever that means. But I'm like that. So been like that since knee high. So I'm driving, I'm on the freeway, and I happen to look down. So anything that's not spacious, it's gonna stand out. So I'm like, "Oh wow." So I do about 110 trying to get back to where we last were. And I waited. No, I seen his truck. And so then I'm just waiting for him to get to the truck. I'm like, maybe he went to the store, but I gotta get him his wallet. I never opened it, nothing. So he saw me, he was like, "Oh my God, you turned around." He said, "I want to marry you." And I was like, "Oh, here we go with this shit." So he was like, "We can't exchange number." I said, "No, I really can't right now." And he said, "Well, whoever it is, I'll be damned. He better marry you. You a good woman." And he said, I wanted to talk to you more, but you had to leave or whatever." He said, "You sure we just can't talk?" But I was so hesitant because of the way his body was moving. Like, it really was like the Matrix, for real, for real. And that moment came and passed. But he did get to connect with Brother Bobby Phil Valentine. And I was just grateful for that. I said, maybe this was the divine purpose. You know what I mean? We met. I saw your stones. We talked about the purple plate. I called him. He answered. You got to build with him, and he can help you. Like, maybe that was all it was supposed to be. And that's it. So that's my spooky hour, and peace to everybody.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you. Good
All
night.
right. Peace. Salute. Call me up. 310-598-2974. Let me read Tyson super chat. Tyson says shaky voices tell a tale. Super cap. Simple observation. Okay. Let's call me up. If I miss your call, the lines is open. You want to address this Julio Foolio situation, you can. 310-598-2974. I am your host, M.Reck for MRecktv. This is Spooky Hours. And that whole Julio Foolio is definitely a spooky situation. All right. I'm not gonna act like I was tuned into this, tuned into his music and his movement, because I wasn't. But you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do as media out here and cover everything. So let's get to it. Peace.
Hey. Told you I was gonna call.
Peach, what's happening? Yeah, you said you was gonna call. You said you're gonna have 10 stories for us too. Nah, I'm just joking.
I ain't got no 10 stories, but my life is a whole movie. It's
Facts. Facts.
But I'm glad Spooky Hours is back because I had some things to share with you before you went on your hiatus for a month.
So you still got it, right?
Yeah, I got the stories, but they may seem a little irrelevant now, but they make sense more now than they probably would have if I would have told y'all then.
All right, well,
in
look.
February, was it January or February?
Look, we got Peach, the Spooky Hours OG, on the line, so y'all tune in and lock in and give it up for a matter of fact, run the likes up before we get into this Spooky Hour story. And if you're new to the channel, we talk about current events, but also this is Spooky Hours where people call up and speak on supernatural experiences, real supernatural experiences. All right, so we got Peach on the line. Peach, you got the floor. Run the likes up. Let's get it. The like button is free.
All right. So, hi, you guys. I'm glad Spooky Hours is back, and these stories I meant to tell y'all in January or February. But so you guys know me. I work all the time. So one morning I got up to go to work. I jumped in my car. As usual, I call my best friend. We chop it up in the morning. I like stopping at the Wawa. I get to see my tall white homie and this other black dude that I call midget when I go in there. We bust it up. So anyway, I get in my car and I go to get on the highway, the same highway where I told y'all I saw the other dude in the green car. But it's something going on in Delaware. I don't know it's weird, getting weird out here. So I get on the highway. I'm driving and I'm talking to my best friend. And I look out the window on the right and I'm like, I think I got on the wrong highway or something ain't right because it doesn't look the same. So my best friend was like, well, what do you mean it don't look the same? I'm like, I don't know. It's something different about the highway. So I look around, everybody driving. Then all of a sudden, my daggone phone just dropped. And I'm like, is something going on with the Verizon tower or something? So I try to call my best friend back and it wouldn't go through. So then I picked up my other phone. I have two phones. So I picked up my Android phone and that was from T-Mobile. And I tried to use that phone and that phone wouldn't work either. So at that point I just started panicking. I'm like, what in the is going on? So I look up and all of a sudden it's not even light no more. It's dark. Like around 4 or 5 when the lights start going down and it start looking like, like it start to fade off. The sun starts setting. I'm like, it's getting dark out here. So I'm like, nah, something ain't right. So I look around and I see a family in a minivan driving past me and they just looking forward like nothing ain't happening. And then I try to turn on the radio. I'm like, nah, my car is something ain't right. So I'm like, I'm about to pull over. I try to go hit the brake and the brake wouldn't even work. The car was still going. So I looked over and I'm like, what's going on? And the same family was still on the side of me. It's almost like we was on some type of weird treadmill where we going at the same rate and they're all on the side of me and it's dark. And I'm like, what highway am I on? So all of a sudden I hear a big boom and I look forward and the whole freaking bridge had collapsed. Like the piece, because I was on the road right before you get to the bridge collapsed down. It was gone.
Wow.
And I just started
spooky.
Screaming like, what's going on? I'm trying to press the brake. I can't do nothing. I'm looking to see if the other family's panicking. They're not panicking. I'm panicking. I'm screaming. Then all of a sudden the phone start ringing. I look up. It's daylight. The car's still driving. The bridge is back there. And I go to pick up the phone, and it's my best friend, and she's yelling like, yo, what happened? What happened? I've been trying to call you for 15 minutes. And I'm like, I don't know. All I know is that the phones dropped. The bridge had collapsed into the ocean. I was driving next to some strange people I'd never seen in my life. And I just was freaking out. I had lost 15 minutes of time. I got to work 15 minutes late, everything. So then you guys already know what happened after that. The bridge collapsed in Maryland a couple months later.
Oh, wow. That's spooky. Spooky! Wow. That's super spooky.
Yeah. Very spooky. I didn't at the time know what that was about or why that happened to me, but once, I had got to work and my best friend had called me and she said, yo, creep. And I'm like, what? She was like, a bridge collapsed in Maryland. She was like, remember a month ago when you said you was on your way to work and the bridge collapsed? She said, this might be it. And I said, that the first thing I thought about was like, dang, I was supposed to say that on Spooky Hours. Maybe I could have saved a life, or maybe I said, but I really didn't know, at that moment what that was about. So what's even crazier about that day, I'll say maybe a week later, I had got off of work and I told y'all every morning I see the same guys at the Wawa that I talk to. I went on the internet and the guy I call the short guy, the little black leprechaun looking guy, he's a midget. I call him a midget. I went on there and I saw that he had done passed away. He had passed away and they were trying to collect money, but I had saw him in the Wawa earlier that morning. I always saw him at the Wawa, which is even more crazier. So my life, for me, for the last couple months, I have been living. It's sort of like I've been living like I'm in a movie that I've already watched, and it's starting to get strange. It's really starting to get strange. So I can call back with another story, or I could tell you guys now another story, but it's up to you.
Nah, go ahead. We got you on the line. Yeah.
All right. So this is a story I was supposed to tell you also. I think that Sunday was the last spooky hour, so I had this dream Saturday night, and it still bothers me. It really bothers me. So I had this dream that I was driving in my car, and I was on this highway, and the road was like, I can't really explain it because I've never been here, but I know it was an American city. It was like a winding road, and maybe it was like lifted. I'm not sure if it was mountains or why it was lifted, but either way, when you come down off this road, you end up in this major shopping area. It's like posh shops, like upscale stores, and they're in these nice posh buildings in a nice area. And I'm in the downtown region, so I parked my car, and on the right of me, it's like these tall buildings. I could smell like the ocean. I could also smell like bread, like it's like a bread shop out there. And I could see in the stores like the clothes is just real expensive. So I park and I get out and I go on the left side. And on this side, it's a statue on the outside of this place. It's like buildings, and in between, it's like a little place where you could sit, and it's like bricked in, and it's a little statue. So I get out and I go stand by the statue, and I'm looking around. I'm like, where am I? I've never been here before. And I can hear people talking. They're talking in English, so obviously, I'm like, okay, I'm still in America. They're talking English. So I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, this wave of water just washed over, and it just goes over my head, and I'm screaming. I can hear people screaming around me. I'm screaming. I'm trying to swim, but the current is so heavy, it's flipping over cars and stuff. And I'm trying to grab onto a building, and I'm slipping off of them, but I managed to grab onto one, and I'm just hanging off the sides or whatever. So then the water recedes, and I'm like 8 foot off the ground, just hanging on, I'm like, oh my God. So I just let go and jump down or whatever. So I'm standing there, and I could see people on the ground. Some people, it was dead people around me. Damn. It was people running around scared. Scared, everything. It was like mud and sand all out on the street or whatever. So I'm like, oh my God, what in the hell? And then I'm like, shit, I can't get in my car. I can't, you can't do anything. I'm like, how am I going to get out of here? I'm just panicking. Then next thing you know, another wave of water comes, and it's the same thing. I'm hanging on a building. It washes over. It just moving the cars. You see everything wet, and then it recedes. So I'm just standing there, and I'm like, okay, I got to get out of here. I got to get home. So I go inside of a building, and I'm there for like a couple days. And I come down, and I'm like, we got to get out of here. I see, like cops and things like that. And they're like, well, we can't get out because the government got us blocked in. We can't get out. So next thing you know, I'm standing out on the street. This is 2 days later in that same area. And then a big tsunami is coming. It's coming. It's tall. It's taller than the building. It's tall. And before, I'm just scared. I wake up out of my sleep. Like when I woke up, I literally jumped. I was on the floor. I landed on my ankle so hard that I don't even know if I twisted, but it was hurting real bad. And I just ran out of my room, and I came into my sitting room, and I was just sitting there. So all of a sudden, my door opened, and my granddaughter walks in. And she's like got tears coming down her eyes. And I said, well, what's wrong with you? And she was like, I can't sleep. I'm scared. And I said, well, what happened? Why are you scared? She was like, I was at this place, and I don't know where I was at. And all of a sudden, there's water. It was big water, and it was everywhere. And I was under the water. And the people was running. The water left, and the people was running. Wow. And they were scared, and they were hungry, and they was laying. Some of them was laying on the ground, and I didn't know what to do. And I'm scared. And I said, it's going to be okay. And I said, well, what happened next? And she said, then this big water came. It was big. It was bigger than my dinosaurs. It was bigger. It was big. It was bigger than the dinosaur. And I said, well, what happened next? She said, I woke up because I was scared. She was like, we got to tell people because people going to die. People going to die. Freaked me out.
Wow, that's spooky. That's spooky. Wow.
My granddaughter had the same dream.
Spooky. Great story, by the way, Peach. Another one. Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't know where I was at, but if this place sounds familiar to anyone, because I know it's a real place, I could smell the air. Normally my dreams, if I could smell the air, if I could remember touching stuff, then I know it's more like a premonition. So if y'all know where this area is and you're there, be safe. For me and my granddaughter to have the same dream on the same night, it bothers me.
Yeah, that's airy.
So y'all be careful.
That's airy. Wow. Appreciate you tapping, and we got Miss Diligent calling. Peach, thank you. All right. Appreciate
You're welcome.
All right, peace. Miss Diligent, what's going on? Salute. Miss Diligent. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you live.
Hey, how you doing, Reck? How's everything?
I'm good. And yourself?
I am doing okay. Thanks for asking.
No doubt. It's been a minute.
Give me 1 second, please.
Run the likes up, y'all. Run the likes run the likes up.
I'm sorry, Reck.
Yeah, it's all good. Run the likes up. The like button is free. We talking Julio Foolio, but at the same time, we doing spooky hours. We got Miss Diligent on the line, long-time supporter of MRecktv, Rec Marble Day. What's happening, Miss Diligent?
Yes, and it's been a long time since I've just been on a live, or even heard your voice live. A lot of people have been asking like, "Oh, what happened to her and where she been at?" My mother passed away on Easter Sunday, and I've been kind of, I wouldn't say depressed, but I've been just, kind of shut off from, regular scheduled things that I used to do that I
My
would say make me
condolences.
happy.
My condolences once
I
again.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. And my mother was one of your fans, as she told you
Yeah, and she
on a
called
call
up.
that we
She
had.
called up on the show. Yeah. Oh man. I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Yeah, I've been going through it. And
Hold
what
your
make
head.
me
Hold your head, baby girl.
exactly what make me keep going is, work, my kids first, the will to just keep pushing on. Because as I told my kids and as I told, other people that's been consoling me, I'm gonna see my mother again one day, and all the people that I lost or we've lost in our life, we're going to see them one day. Because even though it sounds a little scary, but we all have to go one day. And I'm just praying and hoping that all of us go at a very old age, live our life as healthy and as holy as possible, so we can get to that place we can once be, reunited with our family.
No
So,
doubt.
that's what's been having me go on and persevering. And I appreciate all the
You
love.
got this.
SJ has been one of
Yep.
my supporters, and she's been checking up on me. I mentioned it to Gina Rose. She, hit me up, and was just comforting, very comforting. Maybach Mel is another one who I told, and he's been, constantly reaching out to me. So there's truly love. There's truly love that
That's
I've
what's
been
up.
getting and
Shouts to
receiving.
everybody that been showing the love.
Yes,
SJ, Gina Rose, Maybach Mel.
yes.
Now that's what's up. We family over
Definitely.
here. Rec Mall family. That's what we do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They don't
Yeah,
even know how
facts.
tight the family is, really. Like this is really a family over here. Run the lights up. You know?
Yes, and I want to say this one more thing. I know you have other callers. If you have anybody like your mother, your father, an old auntie or uncle who's still living, hold on to them. Cherish every moment, every second. You don't know what tomorrow may bring until it happens. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on and just appreciate what you have right now, because you don't know what may happen in the next 20 minutes from now. You know what I'm saying? I had a person at my job last week who collapsed on the field and had a cardiac arrest, passed away at 42 years old, and left her wife and 3 kids who thought that he was coming back home that night. You feel me? So life is so short. You have to cherish every moment. Every moment.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yes.
Miss Diligent, I'm here for you. I'll speak to you behind the
Appreciate you.
scenes this week.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Hold your head though.
That's
Take
it.
care of them
I
babies.
will. I definitely
All right?
will. I'm a still yes, sir. I'm gonna still be on. I don't, the times that I don't be on, I'll be working doubles. I work like I'm a slave back in 1700. Like
I know
all
you
jokes
getting that
aside, I
money.
work
Getting
so
that
much
money.
to where it's like I don't even have time for myself sometimes. So whenever I can jump on, I'm gonna jump on.
No doubt. I appreciate you. Hold your head.
You're welcome. All right.
Peace.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Peace. Mute your audio.
It's muted. To Miss Diligent, oh hi, M.Reck.
What's happening?
To
How
Miss
you doing,
Diligent,
Vita?
My friend told me this when my mom passed away. He was like, "Welcome to the club. There's no words for losing a mother," and I just send prayers to her and support. Like you said, that's what we're here for.
Facts.
I have a couple of things to say. One, about the Foolio thing. I put it on there. Words create. Thoughts create, words produce. When you speak it, you make it your reality. Correct. So a lot of these people are repeating these lyrics, having their kids repeat these lyrics. You're ingraining that type of behavior into your child's brain. And I have a spooky story, and I work for NBC Universal. So and I've heard it was haunted. Everybody talks about their stories, but I had a particular story that happened in January. So I'm going to the bathroom, but there was the cleaning lady in there, so she had to close it off, and I waited. I go in there, and I'm just washing my face. I don't have to go to the bathroom, so I just wash my face, and next thing I heard, the toilet paper rolled. And I don't think you distinctly know what a toilet paper, when somebody rolls a toilet paper sound. But I'm the only one in there. I knew because she had just cleaned it and there was nobody in there. And I checked all the stalls and there was nobody in there. And I was like, okay, I got my ghost feeling. I got my ghost story from Universal. And that scared the Jesus out of me. And then you said, what was your favorite horror film? It was Jaws for me because I was a swimmer. So I would have meets in the ocean. And so seeing Jaws freaked me out. And then a little movie history. If you look at the original Jaws, when the lady is getting attacked and she's in the water and she's like, it sounds like she's drowning. People don't know that when Steven Spielberg filmed that, he had divers below her. So when he said action, they were pulling on her on tethers. When they did that, it was not choreographed. So that scene where you see her like screaming and waving, her ribs were being broken at that time. And nobody knew it until after the scene was filmed. So that's why he put her in his next movie, because he had to get her released because she had to go to the hospital. And then he put her in his next movie, which was kind of crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And a lucid dream, like that lady said, I had one where I was like a tall building. It felt like I was in New York. I swear it felt like I was in New York because that's the only skyline that was like that. And it got pitch black and a tidal wave came, like a tsunami tidal wave. And I'm watching it and I'm dreaming, but I'm thinking like, if you die in your dream, you feel like you're going to die in reality. And the tidal wave hit and everything just went black and I woke up. And I was like, well, that was the closest death dream I've ever had, where it was like I didn't wake up before it happened. It actually hit me and then I woke up. But I was like engulfed in water. And so that's my spooky story and my lesson to people with the music that you're letting your children listen to. Gotcha. And you sit side by side by your kids doing this. So I just pray for his family. I pray for everybody else's family. If you guys have children, raise them better, because it's not just the kids. What are the parents instilling? Why wouldn't his mother say, why are you rapping like this? Why would you go to somebody's grave and make a video? Where is the accountability for the parents saying you're wrong? And we don't have a village raising our kids anymore, where we used to get whoopings from our neighbors and then go home and get a whooping from our parents. And now these parents are like, don't talk to my child. And it's like, no, it takes all of us as a community to say, hey, this is wrong. And until we can be held accountable, it's like the other caller says, it won't stop.
Correct. I appreciate you.
But have a good night, and thank you for your spooky hours. You too.
Welcome. All right, peace.
Bye.
Shouts to Vita from Cali. Pound that like button. Call me up 310-598-2974. I think my program froze up again on me. Yeah, I think the program froze up. Let me see. Okay, we good now. It's back. Call me up 310-598-2974. Pound that like button. Run the likes up. The like button is free. So caller, state your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean. Let's get it.
Great. Donna, calling from Washington, D.C.
Donna from Washington, D.C. How you doing?
I'm really well. How are you?
I'm great. I love your energy.
Love checking in on you. I try to listen as often as possible. You do a great job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, Donna, you got a spooky story for us?
Well, the spooky story is all these rappers passing, but I can talk about horror movies that I think that were great. over the years. I think for the callers that have called regarding spooky stories, dreams have realities and they're not literal. So therefore, there's a dream encyclopedia that these women can access because what you're dreaming is not actually what is happening. It has a subliminal meaning. And in your dream, in a dream encyclopedia, you could choose, it will tell you what water in your dreams mean. What if someone is chasing you, if you're in a building, all of these things have specific meanings. That's the first thing. Second thing is spooky films, classic. I would probably think The Bad Seed, taking it way back. Let's say Aliens. That was excellent.
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah, the second one. There's so many of them. The Fly, the classic one. Yeah, that was excellent. Also the classic Dracula. Excellent. Yeah, so there are several. Now, relating to all of these specifically the rapper that just passed last evening for his birthday. That's unfortunate. But I think there has to be something else connecting these rappers to death. I think they're being set up to be killed. And the record companies are profiting from their life insurance.
Correct.
And also profiting from their catalog of music. Because even though these people pass, their catalog of music can be huge. Now, maybe this particular rapper that just passed doesn't have a huge catalog, but someone like a King Von, huge catalog.
Huge.
And even though he hadn't been rapping for long, this will make money for years. If you look at Biggie and how much money has been made from Puffy on his royalties all these years, more than 25 years, he's been making money off of this boy's death. So I think there is a direct correlation to the number. And if you look at Pop Smoke and some of the phenomenal rappers who have passed over the last year or so, this is not normal. These are guys that are from the street, that knew how to move in the street. They don't have much guidance, but some of these guys are not susceptible to the type of violence that are coming their way. It's almost like their deaths are planned weeks in advance. They do interviews about their death. I was watching this young gentleman. They showed several interviews where he talked about how he had almost been killed 4 times and maybe 2 years or so, and how he was really tired and he doesn't really think about. I mean, it was almost like he was living his death out. Same with King Von. It's like you almost knew this other young lady, Enchanting. There's no way we are having this number of deaths of rappers, modestly successful rappers, some of them hugely successful, without having a correlation to collecting income from their deaths. It's like they are worth more dead than alive.
Correct.
So and what's interesting is, are the record companies sharing these life insurance policies with the families? Are they sharing the royalties of their music with their families? Did these people own their rights? These are the kinds of questions that I would like to definitely hear about, because for example, Gucci Mane, how many artists do you have in jail and are dead?
You're right.
That's not normal. You're not
right.
a big enough record company to substantiate all these deaths and lockups. What is happening? Are you making money off of these people? I mean, and him as a record executive never came out and said anything about some of these losses. The executives of these people's record companies don't even mention it, but they're collecting money from them.
Crazy. Yeah. But
something is strangely weird.
Something is definitely weird, very weird. But I appreciate you calling. We're gonna get to these other callers.
And keep us informed.
I'm definitely gonna keep you informed. Thank you.
Definitely. And you be well, brother. Take care.
Call me up if I miss your call. The lines is open. 202-246. Hit me back. The lines is open, or I'm gonna call you back from a 646-397 number. Pick up. Peace. Peace.
What's good? What's good?
What's going on? Who this?
Hey, this might be the wrong number. This M.Reck.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? Talk to me. Who this?
Is we live right now?
We live, always live.
Oh man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
man. So
state your name, where you calling from, good brother. Let's get it.
I'm calling right out here, man. Stockton, California, man. Northern California.
All right. Talk to me, man.
So
pound that like
button,
out, y'all. Let's get it. Yeah. I'm talking to the people. Go ahead. Speak your piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So you know, we originally all my family from Texas, man, and they moved over. My pops from Texas moved over to Sacramento. Pops married my mom, so my mom's from Sacramento. My mom's got family out here towards Stockton. So you know, we move out here, man. Me and my brother, man, when we was younger, man, we're seeing a lot of stuff, man. We're seeing a lot of things in the house, man. And you know, my aunt just passed away, and she came to touch. She told us, she was like, yeah, well, you know, we didn't know any better before y'all moved out here to Stockton. She was having seances in the house. And, you know, we always been out there. We always we stayed the night over there, man. We was like, something didn't seem right. Never though. And so we experienced a lot of this stuff, man. And you know, we at a house right out my mom and pop's house, man, me and a couple of my partners, man, and my ex-girl at the house one night. Mom and pop's out of town, so we go over there to party. And it sounded like somebody was screaming up under the house, man, like they was dying.
Man.
And so my two of my partners, man, they got so disturbed, man, they just left, man. They went, we in the backyard, and they just left. And it was like, so me and the ex-girl, man, we just look at each other. We kind of used to it. You know what I mean? It was ever since my younger childhood, man, I was seeing this stuff, and it was in my mom's and pop's house. And, you know, we just kind of looked at each other and laughed. So we in the backyard, and so they just leave. You know what I mean? And they ain't, man, they gangsters, man. They ain't my two partners. They wouldn't really get spooked, but it was something serious enough what they heard, they left. They was like, man, we out. You know what I mean? And so we back there. So we in the backyard, me and the ex, we sitting there smoking on a blunt, man. And so I go by the grass, and there's a rose bush next to me. I'm sitting there taking a piss in the grass. And she like, oh, she's like, what? She started tripping. I was like, what? So I'm like, well, I roll back right where she is, and she tell me the rose bush reached out to my shirt, pulled my shirt, man. I was like, nah. So we look up. I look up against the fence, man. There's a shadow pacing back and forth on the fence, looking at me, and you can hear it breathing. And the scary thing, the scary thing about it was, we look over at the neighbor's big window. Nobody there. They got a big window, and there's a bunch of other shadows just looking at us through the fence. And the real eerie thing about it is they shadows, and you could see the details in their face, what they look like. And so I pull up, and I'm right next to her. And then we look in the back and more in the corner of the yard, and there's a lady just sitting there looking at me in like one of them old Victorian dresses. And so we sitting there, and it turns into an orb and starts coming towards us though. And yet there's the shadow up against the fence, pacing back and forth. And then you got a bunch of other little ones sitting in the window looking at us. And so we pull up. I don't even know what to say, man. We don't really know what to say. So we pull up inside the house and we go in, close the curtains and sit down for a minute and don't say nothing because we just kind of tripping what we seen, literally though. You know what I mean? So we sit there and we end up dipping. So we leave, and my dog, who left out the house, man, a week later, he healthy as ever. I mean, he got a brain tumor and died, man. You know what I mean? So consistently, this stuff has been happening, man, throughout my life. And you know, I'll tell you like this, man. So I recently, about 8 years, man, I've been in the faith, man. I gave my life to God, man, and so I'll tell you like this, man. There's a common theme throughout the whole Bible, man, and it's Proverbs 13:21. It says, "Evil pursues sinners," man. So when you step out of that realm of what God commands us to do legally, when you step out that realm, you're open to that demonic realm. And so you ever see like an animal in the wilderness, man, when it's dying, vultures hover around it. They see it before it's dying. Well, that's the same thing. That's the same thing that happens in the spiritual realm. Your spirit, you know, it's a matter of time till you die, and that demonic realm is waiting to take you to hell, man. You know what I mean? And so, that's the thing that everybody doesn't realize, man. Is, you know, when you don't walk with the Most High, when you don't follow Christ, it's a matter of time, and you're open to that demonic realm, and that's that common theme in this world right now. Proverbs 13:21, evil pursues sinners, man. You know, there's another situation. I was with my ex, man, and you know, this sound like something from a movie, but it really happened, man. And so my ex, her and her daughter in the back, they get ready to go. Her daughter was at a party, and and this is just something that was normal, that didn't happen to me normally though. And her daughter had a red balloon from a party, and so they leave. They sit there and leave, and so I'm sitting there in front of the TV, lighting one up, and I look on my right side, and a red balloon just comes across on my right side and is being drugged through the right in front of me over the coffee table, and then just floats right back to the room. Like this was normal, you know what I mean? And the average person, if they seen something like that, they would probably leave. And I was so used to it, man. I just kept watching TV, man. You know what I mean? And so that was a normal thing that was happening in my life throughout my life, man. And as soon as I gave my life to Christ, man, you know what I mean? This stuff stopped happening though, man. You know what I mean? And that's just a common theme. You know what I mean? So when you walk out of the commandments of what God ordained you to do, then you're open to that demonic realm. And see, the reality is most people ain't going to see this, be open to see it. And then by the time you realize it, you know, hell is a reality that's found out far too late, man. You know what I mean? So that's just, you know, I just wanted to put that out there, man. But that, you know, it kind of caught me off guard that I even answered the phone. I tried calling last Sunday, man, and I was like, I couldn't even get on. I called about 4 or 5 times, and you just answer right away. So, you know what I mean? So I just threw that out there, man. Yeah, but I'll be listening to M.Reck. I'll be on it off and on, man. So yeah, man, I support your channel, fam.
No doubt. I appreciate you, man. My brother. Love is love.
Right on.
Salute.
Right on.
All
right on. Salute.
Peace. Let's get it. Call me up, man. We got another 10 minutes or so. Call me up. I see Deacon Weezo called up. I guess Deacon Weezo called up to bring the energy up. Shouts to Deacon Weezo. Let's get it. Let me see what he talking. He left a voicemail. We got Tatum on the line. What's happening?
Hey, M.Reck.
What's up, Tatum? How you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. I was talking. Well, I was texting Free Reign and stuff, and she was saying that she lost her brother, and Miss Diligent lost her mother.
My condolences to Free Reign and Miss Diligent. You know?
I know it's hard going through that because I lost my dad in 2018, and like I was saying,
my condolences.
you just have to thank you. You just have to take those moments that you share with your family and just keep smiling, and that'll help you through all of that. Like I mentioned in the chats that my mom, she is now sick. And so I just really hold on to my mom because I already lost my dad, and I don't want to, but I know that day has to come. But I just, I just hold on. That's all we can do is hold on, be there for them, and enjoy them. Some of the best moments now for my mom is like when she cusses us out in red. It makes me feel good. I know she's feeling good. She's strong enough to cuss our ass out and call us out our names, then I know she's feeling well. She was a smoker all her life, and now it's the repercussions of that. Now she has to have oxygen and stuff, and she can't do the same thing. She's always been strong. So we just have to be strong for it, and everyone has to be strong for everyone because we all need each other.
That's a fact. Also, my condolences to V Trill. I think he said his sister passed, I believe.
Yeah.
Shouts to the homie.
Yeah. Condolences to you.
My condolences.
But I do have I don't know if it's a story, but down here in Houston, we had that big tornado and it ripped through downtown. And I live downtown. So we got a little remnants of it. But it's not scary, but it was a little shocking for me.
Okay.
So when the storm came, it was like almost all of Houston didn't have any power. We didn't have any power in my units, in these lofts, and the way these lofts are designed. You have it's like you living in a hotel, but everybody have their own loft, and it's just hallways. But the hallways are lit and they have windows in it. Now the way the loft goes, everything is run electronically. So your lights, your water, everything. So when the storm came, we had no light, no water in it. And when it got dark, now in your unit, you have plenty of lights because we have huge windows. But once it gets dark and you step out into the hallway, it's pitch black. So I didn't step outside, and my ex came over to make sure I was straight. And so all that day, he was like, why the hell is the pool man, and this is strange, why is the pool man out here cleaning the pool? We're in the middle of, a tornado. It's raining, and it has started lightning. So he's constantly cleaning the pool. And my ex was like, see, that's why I tell you to keep these blinds closed. You think people don't be looking up at you, but I didn't call the pool man looking up at the windows. Because in my unit, every window in my unit faces the pool, and it faces 45. So I look directly, at the skyline, and I'm looking directly at our second pool. So my ex, he's like, that's, I didn't call his ass looking up twice. And I'm like, okay, you just, being crazy. So when he left, my ex left, I had to, the mini rods pulled back because I got the sunlight in. And I said, well, I don't have anything to do. Let me read. And now this is important. So I'm in my room and I'm reading a book and I'm facing the window. Now, all day in M.Reck, people have been going back and forth, walking their paths and stuff. But when it started to rain, people kind of, scattered. So I looked out the window. There was nobody in the pool area. The pool guy was not there. The maintenance guy. It was just raining. No less than 6 minutes. And I'm saying 6 minutes. I don't know. It can be less than that. But the second time I look at the window, I see something in the pool. So I'm like, what the hell is in the pool? So I get up and I'm looking out the window in break, and I'm trying to see. My vision is not, I don't have the greatest vision. So I say, man, what is that? And then I kind of notice, I say, white people. Only white people be in the damn pool when it's raining and lightning. Why are they in the pool? So I'm just looking, and so what it appears to me, it looks like a woman is sitting on the steps, and she's next to the bar rail where you can just hold on. It don't look like she's in danger because she's on the steps. And from looking at her, it looks like, how you in the pool with someone and the girl is leaning against the steps and you might be like in front of her standing talking. So that's how it appeared to me. So I'm constantly looking. I was like, what? It's fucking lightning. Oops. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. They need to get out the pool. So I go and buy my business. I go in the kitchen. I come back. I walk around. And then I happen to look back out the window. And all of a sudden, I'm looking. And I was like, wait a minute. She don't look right. So I go out on my balcony and I'm looking. She has turned from like leaning against the steps to her legs turned sideways going to the middle of the pool. So I get and I start calling 911 because there's no way we can get to her because the whole unit don't have any electricity. So that means I can't use the elevator to go down. I can go down the steps, but I need to get to the pool there, and that's locked by gates and codes. So I can't even get in there. I don't even know how she got through there. So 911, to make a long story short, the lady ended up drowning in the damn pool, and we can figure out how did this lady get in the pool that fast and drown.
Damn. Wow. That's
my ex said, I think it was the pool guy because he was the only one out there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing that happened to me during the tornado. So now all my views is looking at a pool where this lady I saw drown.
That's crazy.
That was kind of thrown off. We cannot figure out where did the lady come from.
I appreciate you telling us that story.
No, let me tell you this. I saw you at you know what I'm trying to say. The bodyguard, Gene Deere.
Oh, okay.
I saw you at Gene Deere house. You was looking kind of dapper down there, M.Reck.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Spooky family, let's hear some more stories.
Let's get it. Tatum, I appreciate you. Good story.
No problem.
All right.
Bye.
Peace. Shouts to Tatum. That's family right there. Let's get it. I'm gonna take another call or two. We at the 2-hour mark. You know, Spooky Hours, second week in a row. We back. Peace. Peace. You live. 614. You live.
Oh. Hello. Yeah, this is Jet Jaguar.
What's going on?
I got a story that happened. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, my brother. It's been a minute. Talk to me.
Yeah. Last year, I know the weather was still warm, but I left work around about 2:30 in the afternoon. So I live in Columbus, and when I was going, there's a plaza over where I live at. I mean, not where I live at, where I work at. Mm-hmm. And when I went past, I see this lady on the same side of the road. I was driving, but she was coming the other way. She was crying. She was an older woman. I don't know, probably like her 60s. So, I kind of was looking at her and wondering, like, maybe I should go back and see what's wrong with her. So I happened to go up to the street there and turn around. And when I came around, she was walking into that little plaza I was saying, and there's a bank. So I pulled through there where the bank was at, and I see a lady still looking around, and she's just crying. So I say, I pulled up to her. I said, ma'am, you okay and everything? And she said that her, friend just died, and, she don't know where to go with those. She woke up, her friend was dead, and she don't know where to go and what to do. And when I was sitting there talking to her for a little bit, I see these police on Broad Street, Columbus police officers, and they had, went past, and I think like, oh man, I hope these cops don't think I'm like trying to, talk to this woman or pick her up, whatever like that. So then I said, well, ma'am, do you need me to, do you ride anywhere? She said, sure. And when she got in the car, these cops pulled through there and they just, looked, and they went on around between the bank and where that Tim Hortons was. So I turned around and, you know, pulled out there where the bank was and on the little strip there and made a right. And she just take me on down here, and then she started busting out crying hard. I said, I just don't know what to do with myself or where to go. You know, like, I'm sorry, you know, I'll take you where you want me to take you at, you know, because, you know, you need to get yourself together and everything like that. And I remind you, I didn't touch this one or anything. I don't, you know, she was just sitting in, you know, car crying and just kind of talking. This sound real. She said her friends died. She don't know. I mean, her friend died. She don't know what her friends are gonna do for stuff and this and that. Just kind of rumbling on about things. So she said, make a right turn right here. So I made a right turn up the street there, and then there's Columbus got a lot of one-way streets, you know. So I turned. She said, make a right turn right here. You know, kind of seemed like she was like not knowing where to go, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want this woman to be giving me a runaround, like, you know, just saying go here, go there, go here, go there. So she said, make another right once we made that right turn off that main street. And then she said, make another right, which led us right back to the, you know, street came off of. And, you know, everybody in Columbus know what the street is, so I don't want to say it. So I pulled up there, and there's, it was a one-way also. So she said, you know, pull right here. So I pulled right there on to the left on the street, and then she said, I'll get out right here, just walk over and see what I'm gonna do with myself and everything. And I'm like, all right, you know. So the lady got out the car, and then she started crying again and walked across the street. And I looked at her a little bit, and I got on my phone there, you know, just to check, you know, my Facebook and everything like that. So when I look back up, this woman went nowhere in sight. Like, there ain't no way she could have disappeared that quick. Like, where did she go? Because there's a wide open area. There's you know, apartments, and there's, like, you know, this building across the street. Like, she was walking towards another apartment crossing that, but I had my eye on her for, like, you know, not even like 10 seconds. She didn't go nowhere that quick. So I was kind of knew something wasn't right. You know what I mean? And then I went on. I never told anybody this story. I told my boy this story just like 2 weeks ago for the first time. So when I sat here and thought about this later on, I realized what I think I was talking to or gave the ride to was not actually a person. I think I'm thinking in my mind, that's the woman that died. When the way she was talking, I'm thinking like that. Yeah, I'm thinking that that's actually the woman that died. I was talking to, she's saying her friend, but it's really her, because the way I know you wasn't there to hear her say it, but the way she was talking was kind of odd. And I'm thinking now it's like she died, and I think what I'm looking at was some kind of, I don't know, you know, spirit or something of the woman who actually passed. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of came to the conclusion on mine about. Mm-hmm.
That's spooky, my brother. Great story. Spooky. Mm-hmm. All right. I appreciate you.
All right.
Jet Jaguar, my brother.
Peace. All right, peace.
I see Peach called up. Peach, call back. You called when Jet Jaguar was telling his story. So Peach, call back. We're gonna end the spooky hours with Peach. Let me see if I can call Peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Know you trying to end everything. You got time for one more?
Let's get it.
Okay. So if y'all remember some of my stories a while back, I got a homeboy, a brother and a sister that stay in a haunted house. And they always be hitting me off with these stories. So they just recently had a baby in March the 11th, if I'm not mistaken, March 11th or 12th. So he said he woke up not too long ago. I think it's like 2 weeks ago. He told me this story. Maybe like 9 days ago. He said he had woke up like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he was like, the house was cold, and the baby room, how their room is, it's like a day room, but it's like got another room onto it, like a little den, but it's all in the master bedroom, and they got the baby stuff up in there, or whatever, because they don't want to put the baby in the room by itself. So say he woke up and the house was cold. So he said he went and checked on the baby. The baby was sleeping in the bed, but he seen the bottle was empty. And then when he went to get the bottle, the baby was kind of moving. So he just went on ahead and grabbed the baby and put him on his shoulder. But he said the thing was, the baby usually be in the crib, but his wife had them put the baby in, like, they got like a big rocking bed, but it's like a big bed or whatever. So he said grab the baby, put the blanket over the baby or whatever, and proceeded to head downstairs to turn up the heat or whatever. So he said he goes down there and turn up the heat, and he was like, man, it's summertime, but it's cold up in here. So he said he turns up the heat a little bit, go in the kitchen, fix the baby a bottle, go back upstairs. He said he's starting to feel a little warm or whatever, but it's still cold. So he head back upstairs, goes toward the baby room and was finna lay the baby in the crib, and the baby is laying in the crib. He said as soon as he went to move his shoulder to pull the baby down that he thought was on his shoulder, it was a flat blanket.
A flat blanket.
A flat blanket.
Wow, that's.
He said he don't know what he carried downstairs or what it was, but it was not his baby.
Wow. Wow, that's spooky as hell, bro.
Yeah, they just told us story to me like about 9 days ago.
I wasn't even expecting that.
Yeah.
We all.
And I asked him, I was like, was you sleepwalking? He was like, bro, I felt my baby. I felt the diaper. I felt the butt. I put the blanket on it. He said, I grabbed the bottle. He said, when I came back upstairs, I went to go lay the baby in the bed to give it the bottle. He said, the baby laying in the bed. He said, once I moved my shoulder to see what was on me, it was just a flat blanket, bro.
So where his baby at then?
The baby was in the crib.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. But if you remember me telling you, that's the one that had the cats. The cat that died, that came back in the house. That the one that with the brother got out of prison that seen something in the house. That look, you know what I'm saying, that was coming out the basement. These the ones that stay in the house. That was an old church / mortuary that they now made into a modern home now. So this place is just super spooky. Yeah, that mug got so many stories. And I'm gonna tell you one more if I can, one more quick when we end the night off. When I was probably about 10, 11 years old, and me and some of my buddies, we went and played around this abandoned house. This house had not been here for years. It had trees going on and everything. So you couldn't get in the front door because the front door was smashed in. So we went to the side of the house and just jumped through the window. So we get up in there, the house all ruined, it's torn down. You can like see through the roof a little bit. So we go up the stairs and look around, and all of us kind of go into a room. And one of my cousins come in this other room with me, whatever. We walking through it, and the floor collapsed. And we fall through the top floor upstairs to the bottom floor. And he fell on one side, and I fell in the other, but I'm stuck inside the floor. And so my other cousin, them that went with us, they jumped out the top window, and I could hear them outside. And he was telling them, man, they were stuck in the floor. And so I was like, y'all go get some help, because we wasn't too far from houses, you know what I'm saying? I was like, y'all go get some help. So I'm stuck in the floor trying to pull myself up, but I'm like, well, where my chest at, my arm's stuck right there. So whatever it is, just something stuck up under my feet. So I'm steady trying to pull myself up, but I can't. So I hear something coming down the stairs, and I'm thinking it's one of them, and I came back in the window or something. So I'm like, hey, I'm right here. So I look, this thing had to be like 10 feet tall, and it was real skinny, but it had on some clothes like a whole hood. It wasn't a Grand Reaper. It was real tall. You could not see his hands, but you could see his feet. His feet was long, and it had claws. And so I'm sitting and I'm yelling like, help, help. And I felt something grab my ankle and pull me down some more. So I end up stepping on whatever it was. I don't know if it was a board or a plank, but I'm working myself up out of this hole, and this thing is walking toward me real slow. So I finally get myself up out the hole, and I got my eyes on this thing. Now, if I run toward it, it's the window almost that we came in that way. But if I go to the left, it's a kitchen. So I run toward the kitchen, and they got the back door and the windows boarded up, I guess, for crackheads coming in there, whoever's breaking in it at the time, even though it's a abandoned house. So if you go on around, it's leading to the stairs that lead to a hallway, then the stairs up again. So this thing is coming toward me in the kitchen, but it's walking slow. So I run on around and run up the stairs. So I get up the stairs, and I look back, and this thing is almost close to me. And I was going to go in the room where I fell in the floor at, but I went on ahead and went to another room, and I jumped out the window. And when I jumped out the window, I landed, you know what I'm saying? And I looked up, and this thing was looking out the window at me. I don't know what this thing was to this day, but I ended up running down the street and meeting up with my friends. They was bringing some older cats up there, and I was like, what happened? I was like, we was in the house, and I got stuck. And they was telling me, man, don't you know people that got murdered in the house? Boy, don't y'all go in the house playing? And one of my cousins told me, he was like, man, I seen something standing there. That's what made me jump out the window first.
Wow. That's spooky as hell, bro. Spooky! I appreciate you.
I mean, that thing like that, man.
Massa Musa,
appreciate y'all too.
Told 4 joints today. Appreciate you, my brother. 4 bangers. Salute.
All right, salute, King.
Peace, King.
Peace.
Peach, I'm about to call Peach back. Peach, we missing each other. We playing phone tag. Hold on.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please.
Peach, I just tried to call you back again. I'm gonna try one more time. Peach,
Hello.
how you doing? I missed your call.
Okay.
You missed me. We playing phone tag. So talk to me. You're gonna end the show off, okay?
All right. So I was just reading the comments and listening to some of the things, and I just wanted to tell people, like, seriously, you have to pay attention to your dreams, because some, yes, are dream book dreams that have meaning, and you're supposed to get the dream book and look up for the numbers. You possibly play those in the lottery, or take the meaning from them. But then there are dreams that can actually save your life. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story that I really wasn't gonna never tell. It's embarrassing, but I'll tell it anyway. I was I'm very embarrassed, but again, the dream saved my life. If I didn't have it, I don't even know where I would be. But I was 10 years old, and my aunt, she picked me up to go with her to her company party. It was myself, my cousin, which she was around my age, maybe 9, and the 2 other kids was younger than us. And it was a pool party. So we get there, we change out of our clothes, we got our little bathing suits on or whatever. So it was a little girl that was at the party. I can't even remember what her name was at this moment, because it was so long ago, and she wasn't really somebody that I knew, but it was a little girl that didn't particularly care for my cousin. So me and my cousin standing on the edge of the pool, and we're laughing, and a little girl comes and she pushes my cousin inside the pool. And she starts to laugh. So I get upset and I push her in the pool. Now, when I push her in the pool, my cousin gets up and they start fighting in the pool. So I jump in the pool and I see my cousin, she fighting. So I pull a girl and I dunk her down so they can stop fighting. And when I dunk her down, my cousin put her hands on top of the girl's head. And so we're holding the girl there. We're holding the girl there and we're laughing. We're kids. Really, you don't really think that you're going to do anything bad or wrong. We just trying to teach her a lesson. So finally, we let the girl up, but she didn't come up right away. And when she did come up, the little girl wasn't breathing. So adults jumped inside the pool and pulled her out, put her on the side, tried to help her. 911 came. She ended up in the ambulance, and then I woke up out of my sleep. So when I get up and I'm scared, it's a dream. So my grandmother said, get your stuff. And I'm like, why? And get your bathing suit, because your aunt is on her way to pick you up to take you guys to her company pool party. So my aunt picks me up. Same thing happened. We get there. We change into our bathing suits. We on the tip of the pool. The little girl pushes my cousin into the pool. I push her in. They're doing the same fight. She fighting. I jump in. I go to push her head down. My cousin go to push, and then I lift my hand off of her. And I said, no, stop. Don't do that. And the girl came up. She was like, when you're about to drown, it was like a noise, and they put her on the side, but she wasn't dead. So you talking about, dreams for people that don't believe in them or believe in people like me or Mansa or anybody that tries to tell you anything, you really should pay attention to your dreams, because like I said, had I not had that, we probably would have proceeded and drowned that girl, and I don't know where I could have been. I don't know where my cousin could have been. And that's my story.
Wow. Spooky! Peach, once again, I appreciate you telling these great stories. Another Spooky Hours is concluded. Episode 121, y'all. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Let me see if I can find the applause button. Is this one? I don't even know. Spooky Hours OG Peach, appreciate you. Salute to the Rec Mob. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Salute to SJ, everybody. Master Musa. Salute to everybody telling these amazing stories. We're going to keep this thing going. We got a new episode coming for the TV series. So y'all tap in for that. Man, love is love, man. I appreciate y'all. Peach, you have a great night. I'm going to get me some damn sleep. I'm tired as hell. And
All right.
I see y'all next week. All right?
All right. Good night.
Good night, Peach. Peace. Y'all gotta catch me next week. I'm tired as hell, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm out of it. I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all. Salute to Gina Rose. I see you. Keita T. Everybody on the check-in. Free Reign. Appreciate the super chat. Jerry Carr the third. Glad to see everybody back. Even Jose. You know what I mean? Big Zesty. Tyson. Laura. Tatum. J-Lo. Good night. Jamie Prosana. Salute to everybody. Miss J. Yeah, everybody's back in the building. Lord, what's happening? All right, y'all. Y'all have a great night. Run the likes up. Make sure you leave comments in the regular comment section, all right? Let me know how you felt about the Spooky Hours live. And yeah, leave those comments right now. Run it up. Share this live. Let's get the likes up. The likes is very low. Let's get the likes up, y'all. The like button is free. Leave those comments too. That also pushes the video in the algorithm. Thank you. You have a good night. Double deuces and bubble gooses. I'm gone.